This is a Fox 17 Winter Weather Alert.
All right, time to start breaking it down for you, everybody. We're about a half an hour away from a sunrise. Don't count on it today nor tomorrow. It's all gray skies, and we've got some mist and drizzle around as well, so that pavement is quite wet, but it is not slippery with temperatures like this. We're in the middle 40s squarely. We have come down several degrees, though. We topped out. I didn't see an official 50-degree temperature at the airport in Grand Rapids, but I'll tell you, it was sitting at 49 for a number of hours, so perhaps the intermediate advisory will show a 50-degree temp from the overnight. So just amazing, but it's gone now. We're starting to trickle back. We're not going to rise today, only fall off a degree or two, but still above normal. The coldest of the air is out to our west, but cold enough to produce winter precipitation already over Iowa and Wisconsin. That will still take a while to work in here because our winds are out of the south. Now, these winds will slow down big time. There really won't be any air motion by around noontime and thereafter, as winds will become light and variable, but it'll be this evening that they do turn to the northeast and pick up substantially in the overnight period as low pressure does get closer and start to strengthen down to our south in the hours to come on Saturday. 44 by 4 p.m. today. That may actually be a couple degrees high. We may be more like the lower 40s. Nonetheless, periods of drizzle, especially this morning. There may be a phase there this afternoon where we kind of lose the precipitation, but by around 7:30, 8 o'clock, we're going to be watching just down to the south for a big swath of rainfall to move in here. Winter storm warnings now in effect. The winter storm watches have been taken off the board and replaced with these pink colors, and that is just an extension to signify that we are getting closer to a significant weather event on Saturday. Northeast winds, these are off the model, RPM model at 3:15 tomorrow afternoon. We'll already have been gusting through the morning, and this will be probably like the peak, though, gusting into the 30s and probably even the 40s. Maybe a little bit underdone there on the model. The upper level energy, the dynamics, pretty substantial out over New Mexico. This is helping to spawn surface low development over Oklahoma. That'll move to the east, kind of follow that front as the front slowly makes the trek off to the east, and ultimately the low will move through Illinois and Indiana and possibly southern Michigan. The latest trends on the models have been a little bit colder, meaning that the track of this system taking a more southerly and easterly track, not by a large margin, but subtle enough that it is having some large implications on the thermal profiles with this system as we go forward. And the tendency has been for there to be more snow, I think, in the end game versus that maybe it looked about 24 or 36 hours ago. Let's kind of spell it out for you. We've got periods of mist and drizzle this morning. Even this afternoon, can't rule it out, but there may be a time step where we really don't have anything going on there mid to late afternoon. But then here comes this wide swath, this really conveyor belt of some moderate to eventually heavy rain signified by those orange colors in the overnight. That'll be coming down at a good clip. Now, if this model plays out this way, this RPM, this is going to be interesting, because it does tend to take the heaviest moisture out of here around 7 a.m. and that's about the time that the coldest air comes in and turns us over to the point where, or makes it cold enough that anything that would be falling would go to freezing rain and then eventually sleet. But you can see on the rapid precision mesoscale model, this RPM, and I think there's some truth to it that the heaviest of the moisture is going to edge off to the east. We'll be kind of into a lighter brand there mid to late morning and afternoon, and it will be freezing rain and sleet. It remains to be seen how heavy that would be. We may see it back down for a several-hour stretch, which would be key to limiting the just terrible ice accumulation. Nonetheless, another round two swath of moisture does arrive tomorrow evening, and that will be rain and freezing rain, rain down to the south, freezing rain and sleet, I think, through the heart of the viewing area. But that may go over to snow a little bit quicker than you might think, because if this track ultimately does move down to the southeast a bit more so, the colder air will be at a greater depth, and that'll give us this chance for 2 to 4 inches of snow. So there's still some players on the table here that have to be ironed out, but the bottom line is it's going to be a significant winter weather event, no doubt about it, on Saturday. Behind it, it's cold on Sunday, but returning, not too bad if you like mild weather, lower 40s by Tuesday, Wednesday.